there! Welcome to this week's health and wellness tips video. I am really excited today to talk to you about detoxes. So here's what I want to explain. I want to first talk about what it actually means to do a detox, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there about what a detox or cleanse is. So I want to clear that up. So we'll talk about what a detox is, and then I'm going to share 4 different signs that your body might be giving you to tell you that you need to do a detox. So this will be a good way to figure out whether or not a detox would be helpful for you or not. So we'll look at those 4 signs. And then lastly, I want to get practical and give you some ideas on how to get started with a detox. So I'll go over the 3 steps that I think are really important to include in a detox that's done in a healthy and gentle way for your body. So that's what I want to cover today. But I'm curious, before we get started, when you hear the word detox or cleanse, what do you think about? So will you put that in the comments? Like, what comes to mind when you think of doing a cleanse or a detox? And I'm just curious to see that, because like I said, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. So before we get started, if we haven't met already, I'm Christina Johnson, a transformational nutrition coach and the owner of Christina Johnson Wellness. It's a private health coaching practice where I specialize in helping people who have typically struggled for years with dieting and with eating healthy, and I help them create a healthy lifestyle and a healthy relationship with food so that they can lose weight and have lots more energy and just feel healthier overall. And the reason why I love talking about detoxes so much is that it truly is what started my own personal health journey. So about 9 years ago or so now, I was doing all the traditional diets. I did Weight Watchers and low fat and Mediterranean, and I would lose weight and then gain it back and lose it again. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. But I stumbled across this idea of doing a detox about 9 years ago, like I said, and so I gave it a try. 21 days, I committed all in, and at the end of that 21 days, I felt like a completely different person. And I mean, in all honesty, it felt so much easier to lose weight. But not just that, I just felt better. So I was no longer having headaches, a few times a week. I woke up in the morning and I no longer felt stiff or achy. My acne was clearing up. My joints felt better. I had so much more energy. I was sleeping better. I was in a better, more stable mood. And that was the first time that I really realized that there's a connection between what I'm eating and how I feel on an everyday basis. And so after doing that first detox myself, 9 years ago, I have never gone back to how I ate before that. I've never gone on another diet, and I've just continued to learn more. And as a result, I just feel so much better. I feel more confident in my body and just happier overall. So that's why I love talking about detox and sharing that with other people as well, because I know that it's possible for you too. So let's get started by talking about what it actually means to do a detox. And if you think this is a topic that would be helpful for a friend or a family member, do you want to just tag them below or share this video so that we can help other people get this information as well? But here's what it means to detox. If you look in the dictionary definition of it, a detox actually means to abstain from or rid your body of unhealthy substances. So it's a pretty straightforward definition. Detoxing just means staying away from foods and substances that are toxic and inflammatory to your body. So for a lot of people, when you think about doing a detox or a cleanse, we often think about these really restrictive, like fasts where you don't get to eat anything, or you only drink juice for several days. You take all these crazy pills and supplements. You can't leave the house because you have to stay right next to the bathroom. And in reality, there are programs out there that are like that, but I don't think that that's necessary. I know it's not necessary. And so instead, what I do is just take this approach that a detox means setting aside a period of time where we're really trying to stay away from foods and substances that are toxic and inflammatory and unhealthy to your body. So that's what a detox is. So here are 4 different signs that your body might benefit from doing a detox. So sign number 1 is if you have stubborn weight loss and, especially belly fat. What happens is when you're eating a lot of inflammatory foods that you might be sensitive to, or if you just have a lot of toxins in your body, those get stored in your fat cells. And as a result, it can make it hard to lose weight. I've had a few people now who've had kind of some stubborn weight loss plateaus and were able to get through that by taking a detox type of approach. And also when you're lowering the inflammation in your body, you're pretty quickly able to shed yourself of some of that water weight that you're holding on to, and then you can start burning fat as well. Belly fat in particular can really start to be shed when you're taking a detox type of approach. So that's one sign that a detox might be right for you, is if you have some hard to lose weight or belly fat, then I would highly recommend giving a detox a try. Okay, sign number 2 would be, this one's not very specific, but it's if you just don't feel good. So I think you probably know what I'm talking about, but if you wake up in the morning and feel kind of stiff and achy, you're tired, you're groggy, if you go throughout the day and you just kind of feel sluggish every now and then, maybe you just don't feel good through the day, you have brain fog, or you just don't feel like yourself, you could feel better, then that's a sign that a detox would most likely be really helpful for you. Because again, when you're doing a detox and you're avoiding those foods that are inflammatory and toxic to the body, then you pretty quickly start to feel so much better. It's interesting, I've had 2 separate people that have gone through the detox program that I offer who told me that after just a week or 2 on the detox, they started having friends or coworkers or family members that gave them the nickname the Energizer Bunny, because other people could notice how much more energy they had in just a week or 2 worth of time. So yeah, if you're just not feeling very good, low energy, dragging, brain fog, achy, then that's a really good sign that a detox would probably be beneficial for you. Okay, sign number 3 that a detox could be helpful for you is that if you're experiencing any issues that would suggest that your liver needs some extra support. So let me explain this one a little bit. First of all, your liver is an extremely important organ because it filters every single toxin that comes into your body. Your liver affects your hormones, it affects your ability to regulate your weight well, it affects cholesterol levels. There's so many body systems that are impacted by your liver. And so if your liver is sluggish or overworked because of all the toxins and toxic food that you're eating, then it can manifest in several symptoms. So here's some ways to tell if your liver is working harder than it needs to and could use some extra support. So one thing is that if you are waking consistently in the night between probably about 1 and 3 a.m., that's a sign that potentially your liver is working harder than it needs to. Another sign would be if you're having eye issues such as dry eyes, itchy eyes, extra mucus in your eyes, conjunctivitis, anything like that could indicate potentially that liver support would be helpful. If you are having skin problems like rashes or eczema, psoriasis, just dry skin, sometimes even acne, those could all be signs that your liver is a little overburdened or overworked. Feelings of anger and irritability more often than normal or that you would like is often a sign that your liver is not quite functioning optimally. Hormone imbalances. So if you're having, significant PMS symptoms or hot flashes or premenopausal symptoms, those can often be cleared up by working on your liver. And another example would be constipation. That's another sign that your liver is a little bit overworked. So if you're noticing any of those kinds of issues, it's just a sign that your liver is working maybe a little bit harder than it needs to. And so by doing a detox, you're going to give your liver a bit of a break and it will be able to start working optimally again. And so a lot of those issues that I just mentioned will clear up, Plus, it'll be easier to lose weight, you'll start having more energy and just feel better overall. So that's the third sign, is your liver. The fourth sign is if you've never done a detox before. So the truth is that every single day we are exposed to hundreds of chemicals and toxins, whether it's in the food we eat, or whether it's, from cleaning products, or from the makeup and the lotion and the shampoo we're using, or, or from the plastics in our plastic water bottles or the food with the storage containers. So if you've never done a detox before, you most likely have quite a few toxins stored up in your bodies. And those toxins usually get stored in your fat cells. And so if your body has a natural system to detoxify and to get rid of these toxins. But unfortunately, in today's society, we are just exposed to thousands more chemicals and toxins than, even our ancestors just 1 or 2 generations ago were exposed to. So our detoxification system's having to work harder than ever, and it just has a hard time keeping up sometimes. So by doing a detox, and personally, I choose to do one usually 1 or 2 times a year, because it's just a time to really give your body a break, let your body catch up, get rid of some of the toxins that are stored, and then it can function more optimally again. So as a quick recap, those 4 signs that I went over was number 1, if you're experiencing stubborn weight loss or belly fat, that is a sign that a detox would be helpful for you. Number 2 was if you just don't feel very good. So if you're tired and achy and have joint problems, headaches. Sign number 3 was if your liver needs some support. And sign number 4 is if you've never done a detox before. So those are the 4 signs that it would be helpful to do a detox. So let's look at what it actually means to do a detox. Because like I said, if you're doing a detox in a healthy way, you don't have to take a bunch of pills and supplements. You don't have to, starve yourself or drink only juices or anything like that. So what I consider to be a healthy detox is consisted of 3 separate components. So I'll share those with you. Number 1, the first step is that you really want to avoid any foods or some substances that are toxic or inflammatory to your body. So again, that's why we're giving our body a break by reducing the toxic load. So that just means you're staying away from processed foods, you're staying away from sugars, you're staying away from any foods that might be inflammatory, like vegetable seed oils. And you're also staying away from foods that might potentially be a source of food sensitivity to you. For a lot of people, that would be things like gluten or dairy. So that's step number 1, is just avoiding foods that are inflammatory or toxic to your body. Step number 2 then is that you're still going to eat. You're going to eat a lot of really healthy, nutrient-dense foods. So in order to detoxify, there's really specific vitamins and minerals that your body needs to support that process. And so we want to make sure you're eating a variety of foods that have lots of healthy vitamins and minerals and nutrients in it. So for example, you can eat good quality meat, any kind of meat, and eggs and fish. You would want to eat lots of vegetables and leafy greens. You could include fruit and nuts and seeds and lots of healthy fats like avocados and olives and coconut. So those are the foods that you want to be eating. And then the third piece of a healthy detox is to take some steps to provide additional support to help your body eliminate toxins. So as you reduce your toxic load and give your body these vitamins and minerals that it needs to be healthy, then your body will be able to let go of some of the toxins that it has stored. And so there's simple things that you can do to encourage the elimination of those toxins so that they don't just circulate in your body. So for example, you could dry body brush, or you could take a detox bath or drink detox teas. So there's just some pretty simple things you can do. It will just encourage those toxins to leave your body, and that again will help you to feel so much better. So those are the 3 steps to a healthy detox. It's avoiding foods that are toxic and inflammatory. It's eating really healthy, nutrient-dense foods, and then supporting the removal of toxins from your body. And the thing is, I know you can definitely do a detox like this on your own, but for a lot of people, it can be a little bit overwhelming to know where to start or to know the specifics of what do you actually eat. So if you noticed when I listed those 4 signs that it might be a good time for you to do a detox, and if you're interested in giving one a try, then I would invite you to consider participating in the group detox that I'm going to be leading beginning April 29th. So I found a 21-day period. It's after Easter, before Memorial Weekend. So I think it should be a good time to do a detox this spring and avoid, a couple of those holidays there. But essentially, what I've done for you is I've put together all the information you need, made it really simple to follow. I've given you like weekly meal plans, lots of healthy, delicious recipes that really do taste good, that have lots of flavor, that you will enjoy eating. And you get support throughout the whole thing. So we'll do this as a group. We will have weekly coaching calls as a group where I will lead you through the program, explain what you need to know, but then also give you an opportunity to ask questions and, get support around what might be challenging for you. And then in addition to those weekly calls, we have a private Facebook group where I will be in there every single day during the detox answering questions and giving you further tips and suggestions and recipes. And then you'll just have the support of every person who's doing the detox. And so for a lot of people, it's a fun way to make these kinds of changes. It makes it feel a little bit more doable, less overwhelming. And I promise you that if you commit to doing this detox for 21 days, you will feel so much better by the end of it. It will jumpstart weight loss. You'll feel more energy and you'll just feel healthier. I've led 2 of these detoxes previously. I think I've had, probably 40 plus people that have done them. And everybody who has given it a shot and actually, committed to the detox, even if it wasn't completely 100%, they've noticed significant changes and benefits from it. And so I would encourage you to consider doing this. So like I said, we start April 29th. Registration is not yet open. I will open registration next week. And here's the exciting news is that just a couple times a year, I will offer early bird registration. So typically the detox is $197 for everything included, but next week only, I will take $50 off if you register during the early bird time. And so it'll be $147 for this 21-day program full of support. So I would just encourage you to consider joining us for that. If you are interested and want me to send you an email once registration is open so that you can get all the details, you can join the wait list. Just go to ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/detox. You can join the wait list and then I will send you an email once the registration is open so you can get the details and then just decide if it's right for you or not. So if you have any questions at all about detoxing in general or the detox that I'll be offering the end of April, just put them in the comments, let me know, and I would be happy to answer them. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. I truly believe in how powerful doing a detox like this can be. It can be a fun experience. It doesn't have to feel miserable. You don't have to feel deprived, but you really can feel good and healthy and feel so much better as a result of doing it. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, but thanks so much for watching and I will talk to you next week.